around the table with dice in hand. Dave the Dungeon Master leads our band. Urizura swings her axe with might and glee. Leorah sings songs wild and free. Dave and friends in an epic quest. Rolling high, we bring out our best. Full of jokes and laughs, we fight with daggers and staffs. Never what you'd expect, it's Adventure Select. Saoirse sneaks through shadows with silent grace. Pietro's spells fly swift in the chase. Durin's drunken charm is a welcome delight. Dave's world comes alive every other Saturday night. Dave and friends in an epic quest. Rolling high, we bring out our best. Full of jokes and laughs, we fight with daggers and staffs. Never what you'd expect, it's Adventure Select. Master unrolled, the story's begun. Battles fought till the morning sun. Friendship forged in our shared dreams. Brought to you with our bi-weekly streams. Monsters lurking, treasure to find. Plot twists unravel in our minds. Victory sweet when we face the beast. Dave's the master of our mighty feast. Dave and friends in an epic quest. Rolling high, we bring out our best. Full of jokes and laughs, we fight with daggers and staffs. Never what you'd expect, it's Adventure Select. Never what you'd expect. Never what you'd expect. Never what you'd expect, it's Adventure Select. Adventure Select.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, characters of all shapes, sizes, denominations, and genders, welcome to Adventure Select, the third episode, where things are happening, and it's going to be a good time. You may have just heard, hopefully, if there were no technical issues this time, the Adventure Select theme, which was written by the lovely Elene, and for now,
And third.
it's
And third.
and third.
And the internet.
And the internet. And for now, it is currently AI generated, which is fine. But Mal, you say in chat, I require a sing-along animation for this tune. Be careful what you wish for, sir. Because my goal is to have everybody singing this one.
Oh, no.
No,
Mm-hmm. So.
I am tone deaf.
That doesn't really matter.
But are you
Get your
tune
damn self.
deaf?
Get your
Oh,
damn self
my.
a tambourine. Or a kazoo.
All right.
Kazoo.
On three, we'll do the never what you'd expect. All right.
The
One,
what?
2, 3. Never
What you'd select. It's Adventure Select. I think I said
Yeah,
never what
completely
you'd
forgot the
select.
words, so I didn't even try.
Never
What
what
you'd
you'd select, it's adventure more select.
Don't.
never what you'd expect.
It's Adventure
Adventure
Select.
It's Adventure Select.
It's a good song. But
It's a bopper.
it's a bopper. It's a booper. Bipper. But now, without further ado, let us recap what happened last time. That's not the right song. This one.
I didn't write a song. I didn't write a song
Say,
for last
it's
time.
awfully cheery to be talking about a giant mutated Gribbly, but
Going
you know what?
in
You do
the
you.
leaves. Yeah, I didn't write a song for last
The
time.
mutant Kool-Aid man who just burst through the wall.
So,
Yeah.
Tyrant from Resident Evil.
To be honest, instead of it screeching, if we had ended the session with it going, oh yeah, I would have lost it.
I mean,
I mean,
that
if
would
it
be...
had, like, if it had busted out like a top hat and a cane and does a little dance, that's
What, like the planter's peanut guy?
And started to go, hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello,
Hello, my ragtime
gal."
gal.
All right. Let me recap for everybody.
Go
So,
sorry.
Sorry.
at the start of a new day, for many of the people new to the city of Tyrus, you were approached and hired by Constable Liam of the Enforcers to hunt down the person so brazen to attack a tavern in his district and try to rob it. You didn't have much to go on, but after a brief stop to the market square in the middle of Tyrus, you made your way over to the slums district, where a little bit of posturing, some quick talk, and a little bit of persuasion managed to net you vague directions to a place of interest, which then turned out to be full of thieves, just jam-packed full, which made you,
Just lousy with them.
Urizura was very happy to see this and charged right in.
Oh boy, a target-rich environment.
Dave, would you say it was thick as thieves?
No, it was
Thick with
thin,
thieves.
thin of thieves. After you managed to rampage your way through, you took out probably like a dozen of them. It was kind of honest. There were just a lot of them in there. Until you managed to make it to the central chamber where you found the target of your quarry. The target of your quest.
Corey?
The leader of the hilariously named Bloody Blades. Who was quite distraught to see you all bursting in the doors of his super secret hideout. But just
Kicking his big thug off the railing there.
that was a good time. But just as things seemed to be going your way and all hope for him seemed to be lost, suddenly the wall burst in and a horrible abomination came through and screamed. And that's where we ended last time. And so,
I don't know if that's good for him either. I mean, to be honest, a
well,
horrible abomination just did Kool-Aid Man through his wall.
well, so now that we have gotten everybody caught up on what's happening, let's transition over to, well, give it a second. By the way, for anybody that's curious, all the music except for the Adventure Select theme is written by Kylan, who's also on the channel. So if you're interested in his stuff, check out SoundCloud Kyellan, Kyellan,
Link it in the
for good stuff.
let's say link it in the Twitch. Actually, I've got that bookmarked. Hold on a second.
So we are now back
Just
to
dunk that mess in the chat there.
we are now back to the map where
I need to get a link to that.
to the
Should pin that if the URL doesn't change.
pin what?
The
The
map link.
SoundCloud thing I just dropped.
No, the map.
No, the map link.
Oh, the map? Yeah, no.
Can you not get there through D&D Beyond?
I might. Let me
I
look.
bookmarked it the last time. I mean, is it still? Hold on.
Well,
is
I've
it...
switched over from Chrome, so I don't have a lot of my bookmarks anymore.
Here. I think that's it right there.
Yeah.
All right. So what bingo do we have tonight? That's interesting.
Oh yes,
Fingers
there's also Adventure Select Bingo, which Elene very sensibly has not shared with the chat, but she might next time.
I
I
just
feel
did.
like you need to have something that just randomly generates a bingo at some point, because it's like now everyone will just get the same bingo.
Oh yeah.
Well, you can make. Send out a blank bingo card to everybody, and you can make your own bingo. How's
Hey,
that?
there you go.
Great
That'll be a fun activity for you all for next
Oh,
time.
group bonding. Okay, you're all gonna forget,
Yeah.
and it'll just
Probably.
be me playing bingo.
So-
That's fine.
Now that we are back on the adventure, let's get the music going here.
Metal Gear.
So, when we last left off, Urizura's turn had just finished, which means it's now the thieves' turn.
Can
And
we
wisely, the thief in front of me is going to totally turn and attack Urizura, ignoring the Kool-Aid Man that came through the wall.
Well, actually, now that you mentioned that, yes, Elene. Yes,
Can
Leorah.
we just take a minute and just kind of recap on exactly how fucked we are? at this point in time?
Oh, so you see this abomination come through the wall. It's got a head, like, attached to its shoulder. Like the right-hand shoulder. The right arm is half again as long as, or longer than it should be. So where it's supposed to go down to its waist, it's almost down to its knee. It's like 9.5 feet tall. Its left arm looks really kind of short, but it ends in wicked claws. Its third arm comes out of its right-hand hip, and it's holding a giant piece of either wood or metal. You can't quite tell. It's got 3 legs. It's fucking massive. It came through the wall. It screeched, and I need all of you to roll a wisdom save, please.
Oh boy, I'm good at those.
Wisdom
I'm
save?
sorry, Dave. This is a family stream.
Ha, 3
Describing
of
the
them.
abomination as having 3 legs
3
is a bit, TOS.
Awful.
I almost.
Actually, that's a good point. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50.
Oh, not
Ooh.
one.
Nat 1. Oof.
Are
But-
we rolling a wisdom
On the
save
bingo
right
card.
here?
But guess what I am?
A
You're
halfling.
lucky because you're a halfling.
You get to reroll
Roll
one.
a 1 again. Do
So
it.
it's 2 bingo card bits.
20.
You got both of them.
From a 1 to a 20.
Okay.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's
Did we
3
decide-
bingo. That's 3
we
bingo
decide-
spots filled.
I don't think I added the one then the other. But
Wisdom.
Saoirse gets a 7.
Could not
Urizura gets a
find the virtual
17.
tabletop.
Okay. Alright. So, let's see. So, Durin?
Mm-hmm.
No, sorry. Saoirse, you take 3 points of psychic damage. And you are also frightened of the abomination.
Oh no.
Oh no. I was already.
I mean, to be fair,
Now you're like turbo spooky scared of it.
Everyone else, Urizura, Durin, Leorah, Urizura, Durin, Leorah, Pietro, you all take 1 point of psychic damage.
Ow. My brain.
I can't even see it, and I'm afraid of it.
What little brain I have.
You heard it, and that was enough.
I think
Are we all
that's the
frightened?
first point of damage I've taken.
No, you are not frightened.
good. I
Same
can't be
here.
frightened anyway.
Alright, so the thieves are all... Okay, so here's what's going to happen. Thief A is going
Thief
to... He's gonna turn as the wall comes down and this thing screeches, and he's gonna go, "What the fuck?" And he's gonna like try to run away, which means he's gonna go up here. But you get an attack of opportunity as he.
Well, I mean,
tries
if I
to-
want to hit him.
If you want to hit him, if you want to use your reaction.
You want to use up your reaction.
No, I really don't.
Okay.
I have bigger fish to fry. It's like, he used to be the target because I was coming down the stairs like, oh, you. And then this guy comes through the wall and my eyes just like light up and I'm like, nah, you get out of here.
So he's gonna run off to the stairs and hide. Thief B is also going to huddle with him. Thief number C, yep. 1, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30.
Man, they are
They are
fucking
all
clear.
terrified. They're all like, "Holy Jesus, what the fuck?" And they're all running away.
I mean, to be fair, they did build their man cave down in like the forbidden catacomb slash sewer slash creepy cave.
The Forbidden Zone.
All right.
In retrospect, the name should have tipped them off.
Yeah.
Mm.
The abomination.
Den in the Forbidden Zone.
Oh, you know what's so forbidden about this place? I just noticed. They've got a rug on a rug.
Oh,
They're
no,
thieves. They're
that's
just
not
putting things where they
kosher.
can.
It's a decoration statement.
Okay, so
They have
the
all this open floor. They could have put
Yeah.
that second rug on, but they chose to instead put it on
Maybe
another
it's-
rug.
Maybe-
This is a
nice
crime
maybe-
against humanity. They
Well,
deserve
maybe
that
somebody
abomination.
spilled. Maybe somebody spilled like soup or something on that rug, and they're like, "Nah, we can't show stains in here. We gotta cover that up." And it's like,
Oh,
the rug
damn it.
on
Was
top
that
of
you,
the
That's
rug.
Soup
standard.
King?
We have standards here in the Thieves'
Did
Den.
Soup King spill the soup?
So, the abomination is going to. It's got its head on its side, and it's like it just screeched, and it saw all these people run away from it, and it's like
Well, that was
looks over at Urizura and is like, except it doesn't really make like a groaning sound. It's more like a. It's really creepy, and it's going to go boom, boom, and attack.
Of course it is. My 13 AC.
That is going to be a hit. So you take 7 points of damage.
Ow, my butt.
It takes the. Like, you half expected to attack you with the long right arm, but instead, the arm coming out of its hip twists around and it just goes crack right across your shoulder with what you now know is actually a piece of rock. And it's just like, boom, right into your side, and you're like, ah!
Wait, its arm is rock?
No, it's holding a piece
No,
of
what
rock.
it's holding.
Ooh, okay.
It's holding a chunk of masonry that it's using as a
Gotcha.
club.
And it's gonna sit there, and you can't quite tell if the smile on its face is pleasure or rictus. But it's horrifying either way.
Indeed.
Move through initiative here. Leorah, you're up. With Saoirse on deck.
I'm going to do.
She hears all this and then walks forward and sees the thing down below.
Oh, you adorable.
No.
Having a rough day. Do you need a hug? Are you here against your will? Blink twice if you're here against your will. I'm gonna save you.
It kind of looks at you. Or it kind of like turns towards you after it hits Urizura with the club. And it catches you in its eye. And you see it blink one eye, and then blink the other eye, and then blink the first eye again. And then it's just, there's like not tears coming out of it, but definitely like drips of blood coming out of its face. It's really gross.
You.
Oh, honey. I'm sorry, sweetums. You're
We're
out of
gonna
range.
kill you now.
Shush your mouth.
What do you do?
Hush your butt.
I'm gonna maybe. Can I target a thief if he's like?
You-
I can see him.
You
peering
would
over the edge.
you would have to be standing here and look straight down to target a thief, yes.
Well,
So-
then let's do that.
Okay.
I mean, you could probably get this guy down here.
Which guy?
Thief C over here.
Depends on what you're using. That would be about 60 feet away.
Let's find out. Just FYI, I am out of spell slots. So, no heals from me.
That's fine. I have
Sorry.
2 heals.
That's metagaming.
I'm just saying.
No.
Is that prohibited?
Don't make me summon the pigeons.
I mean, she could say in character, I don't have any magic left.
It's true. Alright, what are you doing?
Alright, I'm gonna send the Kiss of Death to Thief C in 60 feet of range. Or do I want to do Thief B? Well, Thief B is closer to me, so I'm gonna go for Thief B, Starry Wisp.
Alright. That is a hit. Roll damage.
Got him.
9. 6.
6.
6.
So you see Leorah do that mwah, as a sparkle of light comes flying out of her hand, strikes Thief B on the head. He's like cowering in this space, clearly terrified, and suddenly there's like a tiny explosion at the top of his head, and he crumples to the ground. And he's out.
Did I kill him?
Yes,
Did I give him the Kiss of Death?
you
death?
you kissed the death of him. Yes.
Well,
Is that your turn?
This is the dragon.
That is my turn.
All right. Next up is Saoirse.
So at the end of my turn, do I roll again for this?
For frightened, yes, but at the end of your
Okay.
turn.
I'll do that.
You can move forward because you actually can't see it until you
I
get
can't
to.
willingly move towards the object of my fear.
But you don't see it. So I'm gonna
Whoa.
say DM Fiat. You can move until you can see it, until you see what you're terrified of, and then you can't move any closer. So you can move up to where Durin is, basically.
Okay. Like there?
Yes. And now you can't move any closer until you successfully save against it.
Good, it's uglier than I imagined.
How ugly did you imagine it?
Pretty fucking ugly. You hear a voice like that, and you think, oh, that's a voice not even a mother could love.
And sure enough,
Oh, your mother beat you with the ugly stick, didn't she?
Twice.
well, she beat you with the whole ugly tree.
Ah, you're more hideous than a sack full of drowned kittens.
Fuck off. What are you doing?
Probably throwing a dagger or something
Okay,
at it then.
go for it.
I have disadvantage.
Yes.
Like, that's the problem is, since I can move up to it,
Mm-hmm.
I now have disadvantage on everything.
Mm-hmm. But at least you can do something about it. Potentially.
So, throw a couple knives at it.
Alright, go for it.
13.
That's with disadvantage?
No, it is not. Oh,
Okay.
that's a nat 1.
Oh. So you see the dagger come flying out of Saoirse's hand, but it's clear that she's been deeply affected by whatever the hell this thing is. And there's just a little bit of a tremble, and it goes flying, and it goes right past whatever the hell this thing is, and tink, hits the wall.
The meat wad creature.
I'll throw my second.
Okay?
Disadvantage. No.
Yep, and then the second dagger comes flying out, and ting! Actually hits where the first dagger hit, but unfortunately it's not the abomination.
Pass my turn.
Go ahead and roll to see if
is-
you're no longer frightened.
Is a saving throw and ability check.
No.
No, it is a saving throw check.
Yep.
Doesn't matter, you got a nat 20, so you are no longer frightened.
Let's just go ahead and mark those off of the
Off your bingo
those
card.
off the bingo card.
I will go ahead and say that because you got a nat 20 on a overcoming a frightened condition, you can take +1 to your next attack against this thing.
Wham.
All right. Next up, Durin.
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie.
Well, Durin is obviously going to be more than a... Can I see it from where I'm standing?
Yes.
Excellent.
You can move
Durin's
forward
going-
5 and get a better view, but yeah, you can see it.
I think I'll move forward 5, so when Pietro comes down, you can see it as well. I will, Durin is obviously concerned about the mass of undulating meat that just screamed at everyone.
I'm not drunk enough for this!
And he's going
Yeah.
to do the logical thing and proceed to try and set it on fire.
Okay.
So it has to make a...
This is a
Saving,
tradition in his
dex.
family. Is when
Yeah.
you see something horrible, it's you
Kill
set
it
it
with
on fire. Yes,
You kill it with fire.
it's an old family tradition.
It's an old dwarven tradition.
Right.
It's a dex save.
Yes, dex save.
What's the DC?
12.
That is going to be a hit. So that's your Sacred Flame.
Yeah, it is now on fire.
Okay.
Very on fire.
8 points
don't
of
think
damage. Okay.
It doesn't actually set it on fire.
No, it doesn't do burning damage, but it
No.
is. If this thing is undead, it is technically, I believe it's radiant.
It is radiant.
It is
it's
radiant
radiant
damage,
damage.
yes. Which means it would take
So-
double. If it was
so I'm not
weak
sure
against radiant damage.
I'm not
Yeah.
sure if it's undead or not, because it is a mass of undulating meat that looks like it could not be alive, but you know.
So the flaming beer stein of justice comes flying out from Durin's hand, and it smashes into the abomination on its left shoulder. It goes boom. But it doesn't seem to take any extra damage from it.
Oh god, that means it's alive!
And in horrible pain.
Make a wisdom saving throw, Durin.
It's being like, someone kill me. Like the guy from RoboCop. That's who it is.
It is! It's RoboCop, bro!
A 12. Okay. The realization that this thing is not an undead abomination, but a living abomination, fills you with
distraught.
revulsion and horror. So you take disadvantage on your next attack.
Is it? Am I feared or just one disadvantage? for
One
next time?
disadvantage roll.
Is it only against attacks or all actions?
Your next attack roll against the abomination.
Gotcha.
Saoirse, Leorah, and Urizura, you also saw that, so all of you also roll a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, sure. Which saving throw? Wisdom?
Wisdom,
Wisdom.
yes.
That's a nat 20, motherfucker.
Oh boy.
See,
Okay.
like Urizura doesn't give a shit.
I just look at this dude, I'm like, fucking bring it on, nerd.
You're ugly
Urizura-
as hell. I'm still gonna kill you.
Leorah and Saoirse, you take disadvantage on your next attack roll against this thing because it's alive and that's horrifying. Urizura, you get a +1 on your next attack roll because you don't give a shit.
It's alive, which means I can kill it.
The only reason you're getting +1 is because it was a nat 20, by the way.
Right.
So.
I gotcha.
All right, Durin, anything else?
No, I believe that'll be it.
Okay. Pietro, you're up. Urizura, you're on deck.
Cool.
Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30?
Yep.
Alright. Pietro is just gonna calmly walk past everyone, removing his eye patch as he goes,
Oh.
Whistling a tune.
revealing his glowing purple eye as he looks down at the abomination from the stairs. It says, "No leper will stand between me and my bounty. Be gone." And he cast, as a bonus action, Hex.
Okay.
Yeah,
Heckin' hex.
there's
Is that a save or is it an attack roll?
it's not a save. It's not an attack roll.
It's just an effect.
Uh,
Okay.
That thing is now taking disadvantage on, I'm gonna say, strength ability rolls.
Okay.
And anytime I hit it with an attack, it's gonna take an extra 1d6 necrotic damage.
Okay.
Speaking of, I'm now using my action to cast Sorcerous Blast.
Oh no. With necrotic damage?
Oh, I miss 8
Oh, yep. So,
It's a shame.
as I just like fire off some flame or some shit.
you see, Pietro do these strange arcane gestures, and a hazy light surrounds the abomination, and then he immediately follows it up with a throwing motion. But unfortunately, his throw is off, and his sorcerous blast goes sailing past the abomination and misses. Give me just a sec here. I'm going to check something. Ugh. Oh my god. Go away. Fuck. Thank you. I want to make sure that I'm understand the effects of Hex.
Oh yeah. It's a concentration thing, so
Yep.
I just gotta maintain.
Ability checks made with the chosen ability. Okay. Cool. All right, Urizura, you're up.
All right. Well, let's do a cheeky heal.
Okay. Stop and
Is
take
this
a quick breath and just.
A bonus action to take a second wind,
Mhm.
which gets me 11 hit points back. So roll max
Damn.
damage on that.
Damn. It's a lot of hit points.
Back up full, and then I take my big old great sword and give him a whack.
All right.
Give the old 1-2.
That is a 9, unfortunately.
A 9 is gonna miss.
Yeah, I figured that.
So, Urizura takes out her greatsword, goes up and does a big overhand swing, putting her full weight into it. But unfortunately, she catches one of the shoulders, and it just glances off, and it's not enough to actually do damage.
Oh, well.
All right. So, I forgot to roll for these guys. Yep. Okay. So, at the end of your turn, the thieves are going to be like,
Oh, wait.
nope, you're doing something else.
Does a 10 hit?
A 10 does not hit.
Okay, because I did have that +1. So.
I forgot about that. Yeah, good call. So Thief A is up here in the corner, and he's gonna be like, "Fuck it, what the fuck?" And he's gonna throw his dagger at the abomination, and he's actually gonna throw it, and it's gonna get him right in the foot. Not the abomination, the thief. He threw really, really badly. Just goes, "Ah!" So that doesn't work for him.
Literally Ace Ventura'd himself. Okay.
The three thieves over on the left side of the map here are going to look at the leader and be like, what are we, what? And he's like, just fucking kill it!
Shoot him!
So,
Shoot!
For lack of a better option, they're going to move up just a bit, just a touch.
Just a heckin' little bit.
And then they're going to throw their daggers. That's a miss. That's another one. That is a nat 20.
Oh. Also, sorry, I forgot one more thing.
Yep, no worries.
Because I was hitting them with my greatsword. I have graze, which means even if I miss, still takes 2 damage.
2 damage, got it.
Yep. So I smack his shoulder, still does a little bit of damage.
Yep, good. I'm glad I used that description then. So Thief C throws his knife, and it misses, and it goes sailing past Urizura's head, and she's like, what the fuck? Thief E is going to throw his knife so poorly that it's going to go behind him. He let go too early. And Thief D is going to throw his knife, and it gets the abomination right between the shoulder blades, just right in the back, which is going to be
Right in the giblets.
5 points of damage. The leader of the thieves up here is going to be like, is still gonna. He's got this wide-eyed look, like his whole world is just fucked up. He's going to move down here, and that's it. He knows what he's doing. The abomination, now with a dagger sticking out between its shoulder blades, screams. I can't do a scream right now. Let me try that again. Doesn't like it.
There you go. That's a good one.
And it is going to. Let's see.
How's your voice after that?
Oh, it's fine.
Did you say you heard that through my microphone?
I didn't hear it.
No, I was asking how Dave's voice was after doing that sound.
And everybody is within 60 feet. Everybody give me another wisdom saving throw.
I'm sad I have to do another one since I got that nat 20 on it, but it's fine.
Oh no! Oh no!
Okay.
Well, that's not.
That'll be 13.
Okay.
Got me a nat 1.
That's
Ooh.
not
At
good.
4.
Okay. So, Saoirse, Urizura, Pietro, you didn't roll.
I think Pietro is taking a comfort break.
Oh well.
Wait. Oh,
Hey.
yeah, in chat said be right back, Matt.
Oh, okay. We'll have him roll in a second. So, Durin and Leorah, you take 4 points of psychic damage, and you are
Ow.
both frightened.
Am I though? Doubtful.
Where?
Are you immune to frightened?
Yep.
Okay. Then you are immune to frightened.
Yeah, because she got like the halfling brave thing.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Urizura and Saoirse, you take 2 points of psychic damage.
Ow.
All right, how do we apply conditions?
Just keep track of it.
Oh, that's nifty key.
No, there's a thing on
There's a thing on there.
You click conditions on your character sheet, and it'll pull
Yeah,
up little
so-
toggles that you can.
Yeah, I just
on.
toggled the frighten, so now that'll apply to dice rolls automatically, right?
Yep. Should
That's so cool.
Thief A is going to collapse to the ground, clutching his head.
Ow!
Still
He
bleeding.
melted his brain.
Still
his
bleeding
brain
from the foot.
jellies.
Then the abomination is going to whip around, look at the thief that hit it in the back with a dagger, and is going to charge after them. Would you like to take a reaction?
do. Against him, yes, I would. In
Okay.
fact,
Go ahead
I
and
will-
do an attack roll. Straight attack roll.
that'll be 14.
14 just hits. Go
Meow.
ahead. You're attacking with your greatsword?
Oh yeah.
Go ahead and roll damage.
2,
bam.
5, 7.
7 points of damage. Okay.
Then it stops its charge and turns around
So-
and runs back.
So, as the abomination turns and runs, you take the opportunity to bring your sword up, swing into it with your full body like you were trained, and smash it right in the back, and it stumbles forward, but it does not stop. And it charges towards Thief D. 15, 20, and that's as far as it gets. It seems like it's stumbling really awkwardly on its 3 legs, so it's not quite sure what it's doing.
I mean, yeah.
That
Uh,
tracks.
All right, Leorah, you're up.
Pietro has made his will save.
Oh, Pietro,
13.
you are fine, but you still take 2 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
Sweetums, I thought we were becoming friends. That's no way to treat your friends.
I'm going to take
Very
a bite of this
disappointing.
burrito, so I apologize in advance.
Can I just kind of jump from this ledge to the top of that bookshelf there and stand on top of it?
You
Dave has a
can, but it
mouthful
would
of
be
fruit.
an acrobatics check.
17.
Wow.
Yeah, you leap over the railing, you land heavily on the bookshelf, but you're small enough that it doesn't really matter. So you're standing on that bookshelf, and you're still like 6 to 7 feet above the ground, but you know you can still be hit if something really wants to get you. But you're about eye level with the abomination now.
Oh
Sweetums.
no.
Sweetums. Could I persuade you? I don't have any. I don't have any. Anything other than just an ask of friendship for this. But could you maybe focus on the thiefy guys over there and not us? That'd be great. That'd be a good boy.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to sweet talk him a little bit, and then I'm gonna go after Thief D.
Does it even have a brain to sweet talk?
Okay,
He's got something that's moving him.
I tell you what. Go ahead and roll a persuasion check.
8.
Yeah, no, fuck off. It doesn't give a shit about what you're saying.
Hey, girl can try, can't she? Alright,
One can
so
certainly try.
I'm gonna Vicious Mockery Thief number. Is it D? Is the top one?
D is the top one. That's his current
Yeah.
target.
Alright. I'm gonna go after D.
How do you viciously mock him?
You, sir, have terrible feng shui.
It's about to
Ooh,
say
cut him
she
to the
could-
quick.
Mm-hmm.
She could just be like, "You're about to get mashed by a monster."
Is that a saving throw?
No. Yep, with 13 wisdom.
You should have said something disparaging.
Nope,
about
roll
his,
damage.
About his balls, because then he could have gone after D's nuts.
Oh,
Oh
What
no.
did you do?
missed opportunity.
I'll keep that in mind for next time, guys. I only did 1 damage.
Okay. Well, he looks at you, and then he looks back at the abomination, and he faints dead away.
Ah!
Oh God!
You did not make him break his own neck or explode his head, but man, it's not a good time for him.
Well, maybe next time, in his next life, he'll think better of his feng shui choices.
So should we all. Are you doing anything else?
I'm gonna just hang out here for a minute and just watch.
Okay. Saoirse, you're up.
Well, I can see it. Oh, wait, I'm not frightened anymore.
You are not frightened anymore.
And I have simultaneously a +1 on my next attack roll and disadvantage.
Correct.
So,
So, and you
You're
did,
not
any,
having
yeah,
a great time. Yeah.
any roll that you make will have +1, even if with disadvantage. But what are you doing?
they're just outside of my dagger range.
You can move forward 5 feet. There you go.
Up.
Yeah,
I am aware of my capabilities.
I know. I'm just saying.
I guess I
Wait,
will
this-
throw daggers.
Okay.
This bookshelf's a little rickety, but you could maybe try to join me.
Maybe go a bit further on.
Okay.
Uh,
Let's do it over next time.
just throw daggers.
Okay.
Disadvantage. Add +1.
That's a
Oh God!
2 nat 20s.
really, really 2 nat
Yay!
20s. Okay.
Both
Uh,
of them.
So roll. Your damage is maximized, and then you roll damage again.
I rolled. It automatically did crit damage in this thing.
That's okay. So,
It also did sneak attack damage too when I
it is not a sneak
I
attack.
can't sneak attack. Yeah, fucking D&D Beyond.
Don't worry about it. So your first roll was a 4 after the maximized damage, so you did 8 damage with your first attack.
Okay.
And then you're throwing another dagger.
Yes.
Go for it. That one is not with disadvantage, so that is going to hit. So go ahead and roll damage.
It's just a D4.
Okay. So you see Saoirse, now that she's got her, she's not shaking anymore. She's not like unnerved. She steps forward and she pauses for a second and then goes, boom, boom, throws 2 daggers. The first one strikes true, getting right below the, right in the neck, almost where the other dagger got, but a little bit higher. And then the second one goes and gets right in the shoulder. And the abomination goes, kum, kum, and does not look happy. But it's still alive. Anything else? Or
Forward all complaints to your local magister there, buddy.
your follow-up attack is your bonus action, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, no, it's part of the
Oh, it's part of the attack.
action.
Are you going to take a
but
bonus
I
action?
don't have a bonus action. Like,
Never mind then.
unless I want to run away.
Do you?
No. Oh, I don't even have that ability yet. So no. We're level 1. I don't have any fucking bonus action.
Fair.
Mhm.
All right. Next up is Durin.
Now since I'm frightened and have disadvantage, does that affect just instantaneous actions like Sacred Flame? Like, how does that work?
Any attack rolls against the abomination have disadvantage.
All right, so this is an attack roll. So Durin is going to point at the abomination and holler.
Try that again.
And
Your noise gate might have killed your microphone there.
Yeah.
Durin is going to step forward and scream, "Kill it with fire!"
Okay, that
And-
would work better, yeah.
Shoot a Sacred Flame at it. So make a dex saving throw.
Fire it with kill.
Fire!
How would disadvantage work on that?
I don't know.
On the Sacred Flame, it doesn't.
Okay.
It's just a regular saving throw.
That's what I thought. What's the save?
12 dex.
That is going to be a save. So the flaming tankard of justice comes flying out and zooms right past the abomination and dissipates without effect.
Oh. And I guess I will go ahead and move. Oh, how far is this? Yeah, I'll go ahead and move down. Oh. Yeah.
Okay.
And I will end my turn.
All right.
I
Pietro,
guess I need to make a will saving throw.
yes, a wisdom saving throw.
That's much better.
Yep, you are no longer frightened. All right, Pietro, you're up. Urizura on deck. Oh,
Yeah,
you're
going to
getting
continue his advance down the stairs,
Getting
following
right.
the abomination,
right up in there.
Oh, my.
visibly wincing when he steps atop a carpet atop a carpet, and,
It's so tacky! Ugh!
and firing off another sorcerer's burst. You know what? I'm going to do fire again, because Durin just shouted, "Kill it with fire."
That is
I got-
going to hit a nice 24.
Oh, exploding 8s. So
Oh no!
Well,
8 and 6. There we go.
And you also do 1d6 necrotic
Oh.
damage.
You're right. I do 1d6 necrotic damage.
That's a lot of damage.
That's another 3 damage.
Okay, so Pietro just calmly walks up, stops, looks at the carpet, and goes, boom, and hits the abomination with a sorcerer's burst of fire. And you just see the flames wash over this thing, and it does not like it. It's and it turns to face you, Pietro, and it's not. It's got. If it had murder in its eyes, it would have murder in its eyes. As it is, you can't tell what it has in its eyes, but it's very focused on you.
Fucking bring it. I can do this all day.
I think Urizura's gonna try to beat you to the punch, though.
Urizura, you are up.
Yeah, I'm gonna run up, just charge past Pietro here, and swing my sword at what's his butt? That'll be a 14,
A 14 is just enough. That is going to hit.
as it was the last time.
Yep. So that's
Not
2d8.
great damage, so that is 5.
5. All right. So Urizura comes charging in, and it's just a lot of Goliath weight coming behind this swing. You pull back, you step into it, you swing down, you put your whole weight into it along with your momentum, and you crack your sword down on this thing and hit it, and suddenly there's a sharp crack that rings through the entire area. And everybody watches as half of your blade, about the top 2/3 of it, snaps off, goes flying off. Your
Oh, no.
blade breaks. However,
Also, too.
you put so much weight into that swing that you get to do an extra 1d4 damage, or 1d6 damage.
Oh boy. That's gonna be another 4.
All right, so 8 points of damage total. So your sword is now broken. You have a broken hilt that would be probably more appropriate as a wooden dagger, but it's like jagged. You could probably stab with it if you really wanted to.
If I
Blade is
wanted to,
broken,
yeah.
not the hill.
Yeah. The Abomination looks at you, or the Abomination's attention flickers from Pietro to Urizura, and you're kind of looking at this half blade in your hand, and the Abomination is just like, and it's getting ready to. You can tell that it's like pumping itself up.
Mm-hmm.
Next turn, Thief C.
Yep.
Thief C has no weapon. He's like, fuck this shit! And he's running back behind his boss. As is Thief E. Because they're not, it's clear that they're trying to figure out which of you is a bigger threat, and they can't tell, so they're fucking out of it. Thief Leader is gonna be like, you're supposed to be, ah! He's gonna backhand Thief C as he runs past. And miss. He misses, but then he whips back around, and you can see that he's got his short sword that's painted red in his hand. He's just like, and he's ready. The Abomination is going to take a swing at you, Urizura. No, wait. Be back. It's going to screech again.
Oh,
Right.
Yeah. So, everybody make a will saving throw.
God damn it.
Sweet arms.
I just realized that carpet, the magic carpet from Aladdin, is in that room.
Another nat 20 on that wisdom
Fucking
saving
hell.
throw.
Okay. Everybody else?
I only got 6
Yeah.
total.
And Saoirse?
That's the carpet.
Okay. So, Saoirse, Pietro, and Urizura, you all take 3 points of psychic damage. Leorah and Durin, you take 6 points of psychic damage.
Ooh,
And you are both frightened.
good. I rolled an 18. You said I got 3? I took
Yes.
3?
3 points of damage. The thieves.
Durin is not looking good. There is actually quite a bit of blood coming out of his nose and ears at this point.
The thieves, as they run past their leader, suddenly hold their ears, and they're like, ah! Ah! They trip over something and collapse, and they are both out. So that was its bonus action. And now it's going to attack you once more, Urizura. That is going to be a... Uh, 11?
That will not hit, amazingly.
So you can tell that this thing is like, it's looking really like beat up at this point. It's got like burns all over its body, 3 daggers sticking out of its body, and it goes to swing, but it's just, it gets caught on something almost. It's like a crick, and it misses, and you're able to block it with your broken palm or broken sword blade easily. And you're like, ha! Leorah, you're up.
Sweet arms. I really had hoped that we could move past, you crashing through the wall and attacking my friends, but I don't think I'm gonna give you a kiss, okay?
It wasn't meant to be.
So, 12.
12 does not hit. So you go to send your kiss of death at the Abomination, but it stops just short and explodes. You also need to do that with disadvantage. Doesn't matter. It's not going to be higher. So it explodes just short and nothing happens. But
Fizzles to the ground.
yeah. If you don't do a bonus
Pretty.
action, then roll for a will save.
My only bonus action is Urizura, have you used your bardic inspiration? I think you did.
Okay.
So, can I give it to the same person after they've used it twice?
Yeah, you can give bardic inspiration as many times as you are able to whoever you want. They just can't stack it.
Alright. So, Urizura,
Yes.
I'm gonna inspire you again.
Cool.
Get my bardic inspiration. And what did I need to do, Dave?
For bardic inspiration, for the end of your turn, roll a will save to see if you're still frightened.
18. That's
Okay.
an advantage.
Yep. You are no longer frightened. Wait, you were never frightened. Never mind.
Yeah, you're immune to frightened.
Never mind. You're immune to frightened. Doesn't matter. Nice will save. Alright, next up is Saoirse.
Alright, let's go daggering.
I got 1,000,000 of these.
Daggering, we will go.
I just gotta start, like, throwing them in such a way that they eject the previous ones back to me.
That's
We
what you
couldn't get to
need.
level 3 fast enough.
You just need
That's
to
what
get
I'm
like a
saying.
boomerang handle with your knife.
Yep.
Oh, you could just buy a boomerang and fight with that.
Well, thankfully, Urizura is finally next to this abomination.
So that is going to be a sneak
Finally, I've
attack.
been here the whole time.
It kept moving away.
I've been here the whole time.
Tap tap, surprise!
19 will definitely hit. Is that also with sneak attack?
It is.
Okay. 6 damage. Okay. So Saoirse
Yeah.
jumps up on the railing, kind of steadies herself, and goes, whoom, throws the dagger, and it goes right into the abomination's shoulder. Like, you're all getting shots on the top because you're aiming down, but it gets in the shoulder again, and it just goes.
Is there a way to disable, like, when you go to click something, and it just closes the log and brings up the description for a dagger? Like, because that's getting real fucking annoying.
At the bottom of the game log, you can just roll, or hit the roll dice thing, and then roll d20.
Well,
Yeah.
you
But
could
that
do
doesn't
that.
include the, like, that just
I don't know.
includes a lot of work. Anyway, I'm gonna throw another dagger.
Go for it.
Cool.
Now.
That is going to miss. The second dagger goes flashing through, spinning end over end, and the handle, the hilt, Jesus, the hilt gets it right in the head, but it doesn't actually do anything. It's just, it's grumbly.
Grumbly, grumbly.
So, wait, what are you saying? It's like taking the game log down?
Yeah, whenever I go to roll an attack, it just
Right.
brings up the description for a dagger where the game log is.
Where are you clicking to roll your attack?
The hit DC on the actions tab.
Yeah, that just leaves the game log up for me. I don't know what you're doing.
That's weird.
Huh.
When you hover over it, does it give like a little D&D Beyond logo?
Yeah. Well, we're not connected to anything.
Oh, it might be the, it might be that if you want to disable that extension.
Beyond 20. All right. Let's see.
Give that a go. Anyway,
All right. Next up, Durin. You are currently frightened.
I am scared and below half health.
Scared, and I
Does he-
need some booze.
I need my booze. It keeps screaming really loud. This concert sucks.
every time it screams, I have to drink more.
If I
Okay.
stop drinking, the voices get loud.
That is strange.
I guess Durin is kind of gonna be having one hand on the wall to steady himself since he is constantly getting psychic mind blasted by something that looks like it really shouldn't be able to do psychic mind blasting, but you know, here we are. And is going to thrust out his clenched fist and cast Sacred Fire, just in a desperate attempt to get it to shut the hell up.
All right.
Dex 12.
That is going to hit.
Huzzah! And I guess, I don't know... Okay, well, that's 6 damage.
Okay. Okay, so you see the flaming tankard come out again, and it goes whoosh right out. Just goes between Pietro and Urizura and hits the abomination full in the chest. It was looking up at Saoirse and suddenly, boom! Fire washes over it, but it doesn't. It's still standing. It looks a little unsteady at this point, and that's being generous. Anything else?
I'm seeing what actions I might be able to, or bonus actions I might be able to take. Nope, I believe that'll be it.
All right, Pietro, you're up with Urizura on deck.
All right. Pietro is going to just keep death glaring the abomination and fire off yet another sorcerer's burst. Let's go with lightning this time.
All right, go ahead. That is going to hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
5 plus
Plus Hex.
5 from Hex, yep. So 10 total.
All right. So you see Pietro, who's just somehow standing calmly, getting ravaged by these screams, is just like, puts his hand out, and a blast of black lightning comes screeching out of his hand, and goes right through the abomination, and you just see it go, and it falls over, dead.
Thank the brewer.
Oh, sweetos.
I felt worse. I'm then gonna move.
All right.
15, 20, 25, 30. As I just continue on my way towards the thief leader, now pointing at him.
The thief leader has his sword in hand and sees the abomination go down, sees the 5 of you still up, and is gonna go, I surrender! I surrender! And he drops his sword.
Probably the smartest thing anyone's done all play sessions. All of them.
Urizura, do you want to take an action, or would you like to end combat? As there is still an enemy on the field.
I mean, he dropped his weapon. He's not an enemy anymore.
Alright.
There's no fun in beating up an unarmed, surrendered dude.
I mean, sometimes.
No.
Oh,
So
God.
with that, we will leave combat. Transition over.
Important bat over.
I surrender! I surrender! What the... Don't fucking kill me! The thief leader throws up his hands, his sword clatters to the ground. All around you, there's a sudden quiet. It's been... this battle has only lasted a few minutes, and yet it feels like it's lasted a lifetime. You have no idea. You have no idea what in the hell you just killed. But it's very dead, and it smells awful. To the point that it smells... It smells so awful that after a certain point you realize that it's getting worse. And as you watch, the body starts to melt.
Ew.
And it's very disgusting. The flesh starts to slaw off the bones and just pool at the base of the corpse. And then when the bones are like halfway exposed, you see them start to melt too. Until finally, after 3 very disgusting minutes that make you want to throw up, all that's left is a pile of goo.
Yeah, Pietro's
Durin,
gonna put his eye patch back on.
yeah, Durin is going to take a moment to hobble over to the hole that the creature made and look down it to make sure there's nothing else getting ready to Kool-Aid Man in.
So the hole that it came out of, it's clear that it burst out of the wall, and there was probably something behind it that it,
But it's
like,
collapsed.
it's not just collapsed, it's filled in. Like, you can see a couple of rocks, you can see through a gap of a few of them, but as you see farther and farther down at like 3 feet, it looks like the only thing that could get through is a rat, and at 5 feet, it looks like almost a solid wall of rock and rock, gravel, stone, sand. So
Now,
wherever
does it
this
look
thing,
like it's recently caved in, or does it look like it was just hiding in the walls?
give me a perception check.
Ah,
Actually, give me an investigation check.
only an 11.
At 11.
I would like to assist you on that, so have advantage.
Okay.
Okay, so I roll it a
Do you
second
have
time.
Do you have
I am
proficiency? Okay. Yeah. So roll again. Take the higher.
Okay. Nat 20.
Ooh, nat
You're
20.
welcome.
So
Thank you.
Wow.
it's clear that the damage
Wow.
to whatever was in this alcove is recent. The tunnel itself was probably about 8 or 9 feet tall. So the creature was probably hunched over while it was in there. But while the damage is recent, obviously it just collapsed recently, the stonework looks not just old, it looks ancient. It looks like it's been here for decades.
But it doesn't. It looks like the collapse was due to the creature, not due to, I don't know, someone assisting the creature.
That you
So is it-
can't tell.
Okay.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Got
Go ahead.
guys. Don't come over here. Someone threw up. Can I have a lift off the top of the bookshelf, please? Suzu?
All right. Saoirse will extend a hand.
Ew.
Yeah, you can lift her. What's your strength? Third? Saoirse?
8.
8? Yeah, you're fine. she's small. She's not wearing armor. She's good. You're good.
So what, like 40 pounds or something like that?
Yeah.
God.
It's okay,
she's
what?
so tiny.
So the thief leader just has his hands up, and he's shaking. He's like, he's clearly terrified.
Mind telling us what the fuck that was?
I don't know what the fuck that was. The fuck do you
It
think
came
I
through
think?
your wall.
It came through
came
that
through?
wall. This isn't my wall.
Well, you live here, don't you?
Do you know everything that's going on in your house?
I do actually.
Honestly, I don't even remember why we're down here, other than that we need you for some reason.
Why
Are we down here again?
Are you
Durin's
kidding
Monetary
me?
purposes.
Darren's
You-
gonna step away from the hole in the wall and approach the puddle of goo. Is there anything? I mean, we saw it melt, but is there like anything we can tell?
We're just gonna kind of
Like, I mean, the thing was alive, and then it died, and then it melted into goo. Like the bones melted into goo.
We're gonna go ahead and close the map here, by the way. So
Oh, come on.
we don't need it anymore.
Bye, map.
Theater of the mind again.
So,
Uh,
Darren's just gonna
You want to
kinda
look at
hobble.
you want to look at the goo?
He's gonna hobble over to it, and he's not gonna touch it. He's gonna try his best not to smell it or anything, but he's gonna kind of crouch down and just try to figure out what the fuck we
Maybe
just
wrap
saw.
something around your face.
And we just fought. Yeah, well, no, he's covering his face for sure.
You're gonna still give me a Constitution check.
Ugh.
Check or save.
I do have a
save.
poison resistance as well.
Yeah, it makes your stomach roil. And honestly, if you had been drinking too much earlier in the day, you would probably be sobering up very quickly right now. But
Yeah, if you'd had that third Bloody Mary, you'd be in bad state.
Oh no.
this goo looks like goo. If you didn't know that there had been a monster here, you wouldn't know what the hell this stuff is.
Durin's gonna slowly stand and back away from the puddle and be like, in all the years I've lived, I've never seen anything quite like that, and I'm not sure I ever want to again.
Yeah, what he said. I don't know what the hell that thing is. I don't want to know what the hell that thing is. What the shit are you guys doing here? Why did you attack this base?
That's what I keep asking. I mean, that thing isn't why we're down here. I remember that much, at least.
Well, we're here for him.
Right. Do we need to kill him, or are we bringing him back alive? I
The
totally forgot that
wanted
part.
him alive.
Right.
The constable would have preferred him alive. Though I do have to ask, have you done anything particularly ardent to piss off? I would say a necromancer, but obviously that thing was alive. Who the hell sends a giant beastie like that after some 2-bit thugs?
Who the hell sends people like you after 2-bit? We're not 2-bit thugs. You fucking take that back. We're the fucking Bloody Blades.
The
Can I just,
constable sent us after you busted up that tavern.
Can I just sneak around my rope and start tying his ankles?
Yes.
That's about all I can
absolutely.
reach.
No, you can pull down his arms. He's not resisting, essentially.
Okay.
So if you want to tie him up, that's not hard to do. And he
Look at you being tied up by a 3-foot-tall girl with pink
Oh
hair.
boy, it's her favorite activity, tying people up.
Oh no!
all of a
I'm glad I
sudden,
practiced with knots.
from back the direction that you came, you hear
Oh, it's a little
That's
clap.
not good.
I should have been on the bingo card.
you turn around, and at the top
What,
of
like ominous clapping on the big.
at the top of the stairs, you see a single solitary figure. And he says, "Well, not quite what I expected, but I can't say I'm disappointed."
You mind filling us in there, friend?
You recognize the voice as the person that directed you towards this place from the beggar's market.
Gasp. Who couldn't have seen this coming?
I mean, honestly, I expected you to get in, start something, and then I would have to bring my people in to clean things up, but honestly, you took care of things quite well indeed. Have you considered doing this professionally? Nah, it's a conversation for another. What in the hell is that? And he points to the pile of goo.
That's a pile of goo.
Why does it
Durin's gonna
smell so bad?
You got
This
it
is a
all
pile of
figured
goo.
out, don't you? Except for the fact that there is some kind of fucking abomination that burst through the wall.
and proceeded to kill most of the thieves and tried to kill us and potentially eat what would have been left. I don't suppose you know anything about 3-legged, 3-armed, 9-foot-tall, not undead, but definitely should be undead beasties that screech and cause your brains to melt?
You know a song about one.
I have it out
I'm
of
gonna
character
slowly
question
turn to
today.
Leorah at that comment.
What was that, Pietro?
I have a question.
Yes.
Would it be a knowledge, like Arcana or something, to
Um,
try and figure out what that thing was?
You can make a knowledge arcana check to try to learn more about what it was based on what you remember from it.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Like
Oh.
knowing about what do I know about things that like dissolve like that when they die? Or
Well,
Yeah,
more
true.
like what kind of magic would sustain the creature like
Oh,
this,
right. Yeah,
or
yeah,
something
yeah.
like that. With a 9, it's really hard to say. You didn't sense anything magical about it, but it's clear that magic had to be involved somehow. things like that don't just exist. You hope.
I hope things like that don't just exist.
I better not.
Unless they're like out of the
Take
abyss
a
or
summer
whatever.
vacation on the far plane.
There you go.
The gentleman at the top of the stairs looks at you and listens to. He's like, "One of you asked what do you know about this sort of thing?" He goes, "Quite frankly, I honestly thought this was just a den of piss poor thieves." And the thief leader, who is now quite tied up, suddenly looks up at him, stops shaking, and he's like, "Fuck you, Kono!" And
We just
Sense
walked
an
into the middle of
rivalry.
like some gang rivalry. Yeah.
Is that short for something? Or just a fancy nickname? Or your real name?
No,
Is
I
that
do
what your
believe
mother
that's his
called
name.
you? Okay.
I don't think we
Oh,
need
well,
to share
it's
all of
cool.
our secrets right
like
off the
a-
bat. As for you, don't think... No, sorry, let me think. Let me think about how to phrase this.
You talking to us or to,
no,
what's his bucket?
he
over
he
here?
points at the thief leader, and he goes, "As for you, Traden, don't think that you're getting off easily. One way or another, everybody who crosses the gutter knives pays." And he comes down the stairs and he walks towards you, and he's just like he gives you all a look, and it's clear that you're all kind of beat up. And he's like, "Still, 5 of you against, I think I counted at least a dozen on the way in, and the rest of them in here, and whatever the hell that thing was, it's pretty impressive."
Yeah, so Urizura, we're gonna take this guy out too, right?
Looked up at him with like eyes widening and like, oh, another target.
Oh no. Durin's like, how close is the dude getting to the thief leader that we kind of need to take in?
He's not like you're the 5 of you are basically between him and the thief leader.
Except for me, I'm
Traden
behind
is
the
his
thief
name.
leader.
Alright.
I'm
Um,
rifling through his pocket.
Alright,
Ooh.
Durin's gonna say to Koa and be like, well, I'm sure your friend here will pay, but first he's got a meeting with a certain constable he pissed off.
Oh. Huh. That's why you're here? I thought it was something more personal, but this is just a bounty for you, isn't it?
Isn't the bounty
Or
why
less,
we're here?
yes.
I'm gonna look at Pietro and be like, isn't the bounty why we're here?
Yes, the bounty is why we're here.
Yes.
And
money.
also to beat thieves up. That's mainly why I was here.
Well. Mind sharing me?
You don't want to fight, do you?
She asks
No.
eagerly.
No, I have no intentions of fighting you. I mean, your handiwork speaks for itself. I would clearly be outmatched.
I'll pout and drop the hilt of my greatsword with a curse and goblin. It's like, motherfucker, and just drop it.
He kind of gives you an odd look, and then he's like, "All right." However, you said that you're here on behalf of Constable Liam. He wants this fool captured, does he? Alive or dead?
He'd prefer him alive.
You paid
Something
extra
about
for
wanting
that.
to teach him a lesson about making a mess in his district.
Preferably alive? Paying you extra if he's alive?
I don't
Durin's
think
gonna
he said
kinda...
anything about extra.
Oh no, he did.
Did he?
Durin's
Okay, he
gonna
said
raise an-
100 gold
Very
each,
good.
and then 25 gold each if you bring him back alive.
Durin's gonna raise an eyebrow and be like, "I."
How much is he paying you extra for bringing him back alive?
Well, now that's sharing secrets about each other again, aren't we?
I'm just saying, I might be in a position to give you a generous counteroffer if you let me
How
ply my
generous?
trade.
How
Well,
generous?
Can I just like stealthily like appear behind him with a knife, like carefully angled at his throat?
go ahead and make a stealth check.
I don't know. He's
I'm-
part of the gutter knives.
which is exactly why you don't show weakness. I'm gonna spend a luck point on this,
Okay.
so I have advantage.
Did he mention what gang he's with?
The
He
gutter
did say-
knives.
He said,
Gutter knives? Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
I definitely
because
need
the dude, the
advantage on
bloody
this.
blade guy crossed the gutter knives.
There we go.
Okay. You're as you're sneaking around trying to get up behind him, it's clear that he's very relaxed. He's talking with his hands and gesticulating, and he's got his cloak on and all that. The hood is down. You can see that he is he's relatively well kept for somebody that lives in the slums. His hair is short and combed back. He's got a goatee. He's a half elf, for anybody that's curious about that. As you're sneaking around trying to get behind him, he says, I might be in position to make a generous counter offer. Don't even try it, he says, looking directly at you, Saoirse. And you see that the hand that he is not pointing at you with is now resting on his blade, and he's tensing a lot. I'd like to think that we're all here in the spirit of hospitality, goodwill, all those things, but
You're
if you-
asking us to kill a man in cold blood.
I'm
You don't ask
offering
that in
you...
the spirit of hospitality.
I'm offering you payment for taking care of a problem for me in a way that satisfies me. If Constable Liam has made you an offer, I can match that offer. But the
I wonder
choice
what the
is...
offer is for you.
Oh, he can't afford that.
But that means
But
it'd be
they're-
quite a bounty.
Exactly my thoughts.
You're welcome to try to collect if you'd like, but the last group that tried, well, they were the last group that tried, weren't they?
It seems to me if you were that confident in your skills, you'd just have us all done.
Pietro is going to point at the puddle. And is like, just as I told that thing before liquidating it, I can do this all day. Do you really want to pick a fight now? I suggest you leave.
I'm pretty sure the one picking a
For-
fight is you. But
No.
if you don't
You're
want to
giving
take
me-
my generous offer, that's entirely your choice.
I'll offer.
I can respect it. You made a deal and you intend to honor it. So I will take my leave.
As this is going on, Urizura is getting very bored with this conversation and just like hefts the dude that they're supposed to get up on her shoulders and starts walking out.
I'm just gonna go with her, honestly.
Can I take this rug? This rug's really nice.
Is it the rug on top of the other rug?
No, it's the magic.
I think the
Oh,
rug,
yeah.
the other rug got monster goo on it. You probably
Yeah,
don't
no,
want
not that rug. I want the
We're gonna have
pretty
to put
purple,
another rug over top of that.
Wait, what did I miss? I had to bio.
Third tried to sneak up.
Intention.
Or Saoirse tried to sneak up and he was not having it.
This guy's trying to convince us to kill the guy we just captured.
Well, yeah,
Look.
I figured that.
Pietro's
I'm
not
sure we
interested.
all got off on, well, not the wrong foot, but
A
I
foot.
think
There are several feet involved, I think.
I can
At least
respect
3
your
from that thing.
desire to do the right thing and also maintain the deals that you have. May I at least have the names of the people that have saved me so much work taking care of Drayton?
I just look at everybody and just give that quite subtle.
Go
And
You're gonna have to be a little less subtle. I'm not sure what that means.
Durin will look over at Pietro and see if Pietro's gonna do his standard introduction every time he does.
No, Pietro's gonna look down at this man as Pietro's already heading up the stairs after Urizura, and just He's just gonna go, ugh. Gang, the petty gangland nonsense is just beneath me.
It may be beneath you, but it always stabs upwards. I hope that we can see each other again on better circumstances, but I appreciate your assistance with this endeavor and wish you good day.
I pray that we don't.
I figure that we will.
Prayers
just
are
start
always
rolling.
answered in the order in which they're received, aren't they?
I'm just gonna roll up this carpet and take it. Nobody said I couldn't.
He's
No
not
one's
even
stopping.
paying attention.
It's like, this would go great in my foyer.
This looks great.
In
for
the,
my
in the foyer.
It's only got a little
What?
blood and ew on it. It's fine.
I just hang it, little airing, and
I
it's like the
thought
size
they were
of like.
talking about the other rug that was in the other room that looks like
Oh, no.
Aladdin's magic carpet.
Oh yeah, that's the one. That's the one I'm taking.
While
So-
they're all preoccupied with this like back and forth, I'm gonna slip my hood up over my head,
Mm-hmm.
and casually open up my third and fourth eyes,
Okay.
and look at this guy's aura, just so I can recognize it later.
Okay. Sure. Do you remember the aura colors that I sent to you?
Oh, you sent them to me, so
Yeah. So good. It was like 2 months ago, so I wanted to make sure you had them.
Oh no.
This guy's aura is a jumble of colors, as are most auras, but you're pretty sure you'd be able to recognize it again if you saw it. Right now, the most prominent colors are yellow and green.
okay.
There you go. Who's a good boy?
He's happy that we've taken care of his problem for him, and of course he's a deceitful little shit.
He is part of the-
Have a good day, everybody. I'll clean up your mess here. Don't worry about it. Oh,
Durin will
Any-
say, will make a
paperwork?
comment.
That I could
Go ahead,
find.
Leorah.
Is there any paperwork or anything relevant to the bloody blades that maybe I can find and like stick down my shirt?
there's some papers and books scattered here and there that you could certainly grab if you wanted to.
I'm gonna grab some papers
All right.
and then I'm gonna take
when
my rug, throw it over my shoulder, and go.
when the
Rug.
dude talks about cleaning up the place, Durin will make the idle comment, be like, "I'd probably avoid the puddle of goo. It's probably not hygienic. And that wall over there, where the pointing towards where the monster burst in, might have some structural issues."
Oh, don't
Yeah, I don't
worry.
think-
I'm sure I can find plenty of volunteers to help me. He looks
I don't
around
think
at all
your rug
the.
is gonna cut it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna cut it.
Well, he
Sorry.
looks around at all the bodies and unconscious thieves, and he's like, "Really now, sleeping on the job? Come on, up. No. Well." And then you fade out. You don't see or hear anything else.
Because we've kind of wandered off. While we're traveling back, are we gonna be resting at all, or heading straight towards
So,
the?
it's gonna take you a little bit to get back to the
To the constabulary?
the constabulary. It's not a long walk, but it's probably gonna. But well, let's get there. So as you emerge from under the cellar, back into the city streets of mud and wood, you're honestly kind of surprised that the sun is still high in the sky. It's still a sunny day. It seems so normal after everything that you just did that you're honestly, it feels like emotional whiplash. You just went from a brutal, deadly fight to normal day. And you're honestly, it's, for most of you, it's like, the whiplash effect is jarring. You're just like, right, it's daytime. Huh.
You get used to it.
Some people give you a look as you walk through the streets. Are you heading straight to the constable, by the way, with this guy?
Probably
Yeah.
better.
Probably.
So as you're walking through the streets of the slums, people are definitely giving you looks. Some of them are looking up at Urizura with a man over her shoulder, just casually walking through the streets like it's nothing. And then they look down and they see a halfling scurrying along after her, a rug on her shoulder, and they're like, "Is that a rug or a man? Huh, that's weird.
Man
Whatever."
Man rug.
People give you a wide berth, seeing as you're all kind of broken and bruised, but you don't really encounter any problems as you make your way back to the more prosperous side of the town, and eventually, with the sun high in the sky, you enter into the constabulary, and you see a woman seated behind a desk, wearing the uniform of the enforcers. As you all come in, and she kind of looks up, and she gives you like the slow blink of like, okay.
Can we take a quick break before we get
Uh,
into admin?
Yeah, let's all take a quick break. We will take a brief break, and then we will come back and deal with this administrative stuff, because you can't get a bounty
These
without
brief
admin.
messages. We'll be right back.
So make sure to stay tuned, everybody, but we will be right back. All right, we're back. Mal took a while to get his drank, but he got his drank, and we're ready to go. And now he's going to tell us about the D&D drink of the night. What's the drink of the night, Mal?
Oh, well, I'm sick. It's a basic hot toddy tonight.
Describe the ingredients in case somebody doesn't know what a hot toddy is.
The version of hot toddy I've got here has whiskey, and then it is a decaffeinated Earl Grey tea. I put a bit of sugar in there, but then I put in a cinnamon stick and honey.
All right, then.
Ooh.
And that took you 15 fucking minutes. You son of a bitch.
Art takes time.
I was mostly heating up the water and then letting it steep.
All right, so we're back. You have just stepped into the constabulary and stepped up to the desk of a woman dressed in an enforcer uniform that kind of looks up at you and gives you a slow blink. And she's like, "Are you kidnapping that man, or how can I
Here to
help
collect
you?"
the bounty.
Oh. Okay. I don't know that we have any bounties. Wait.
Is Constable Liam in?
Oh, of course. He's on patrol, but if you want to have a seat, he should be back in a few minutes. Although, are you arresting that man?
Oh, Constable Liam might.
Alright, throw him in one of the cells. She points down the hall. It's literally like 2 or 3 jail cells. One, they're all empty at the moment. But, you can toss him in there if you want.
Yep, I'll walk over, just one-handed toss him in, close the door behind him.
Oh! You could have at least untied me!
Oh, where's the fun
I mean,
in that?
I could have.
You end up waiting a few minutes. The lady constable does her best to ignore you. Just concentrating on her paperwork. And then Constable Liam and his group come back in. And he comes back in and stops as soon as he gets in the door. Oh. Is there a problem? Did you need my help with something? Or good to see you
got
again.
the guy you wanted.
Already? I gave you 3 days. And you're saying you got it done before dinner.
Oh, let's
shrug.
That's how Pietro's 5 rolls.
gonna just look at Pietro. Just give him
Or
a
wait.
look, and then just kind of
We
shake
did
my
not decide
head.
on that.
Well,
Durin just kind of goes with the
Pietro's
flow with
evil.
stuff, and he's like, you know what, I could argue about that, but
he
I'd
kind
rather
of
drink.
he looks around and he's like, well, where is he?
Point in the cell.
And walks past you, looks in the cell, and he sees a gentleman on the ground, tied up, arms behind his back, looking up at the ceiling. He's just like, with this look on his face of, I have made so many mistakes in my life, and I hate it. And he's like,
I'm reevaluating all of my life choices right now.
and Liam looks at him, and you can tell he's like the gears in his head are turning, and he's like, huh. I wasn't expecting it to be you, Tyven. But I'm glad it was. He matches the
What's other guy's
description.
name?
Huh?
What was the other guy's name?
Kono.
Conan.
Mentioned? Conan.
Kono.
Kono.
Kono is what he called him.
Oh no! Sorry.
He's
Not
like,
sorry.
he goes, well, he matches the description, and quite frankly, he has that reputation of being truly an idiot jackass. And he's like, fuck you, Liam. It's like, yes, we've had this discussion before. But
A gentleman by the name of Kono seemed rather interested in having more permanent words with the lad.
and again, he stops and he like looks off to the left. Huh. Can't say I'm familiar with the name. Did he say who he was with?
The gutter knives, I believe.
Oh, that makes sense. I'm assuming that none of you know the politics of the slums.
I believe we can make an educated guess.
The gutter knives run most of the slums. They're the dominant gang, and every so often, other gangs start up and try to muscle their way in. Tynan here, clearly an idiot, decided that he was going to do it and muscle in on their territory as much as he could. Which is to say, not much, right, Tynan? He's like, fuck you, Leah. Well, it's good to know that. What happened to the rest of his gang?
Well, we killed some of them, and then the rest of them were eaten by a thing that
Yeah, there was a
burst
bit of
through
a
a wall.
complication.
Complication.
When we
But we disrupted his operation, though.
when we found their little hidey hole, let's say, there was a bit of an interruption when one of the walls literally exploded, and what I can only call the most accursed thing that has been put on this realm came through that wall. 3 arms, 3 legs, 9 feet tall, constantly bleeding, undulating mass of flesh, and a very, very bad temper.
Very
Also
bad.
had the habit of making your brains dribble out your nose when it yelled loud enough. Then it melted into a pile of goo after we killed it. Don't know what that was all
Very
about.
sticky. Gross.
Smelled awful.
Have you all been drinking?
No, but by the brewer I wish I was.
I liquidated
Since last
a
night.
monster.
I believe you can ask the gentleman tied up on the ground whether he saw the same thing. I suppose it could have been sewer gas.
He looks over at the guy in the cell and he goes, well, Tynan? He goes, fuck you, Liam! I'm sure he'll
I
have
suppose
words.
we
Very
could take you back to Kono for a little chat.
Fuck you too, dwarf!
Yo, dwarf!
It's a very limited vocabulary.
Fuck are you, dwarfine?
I only have a limited vocabulary because I'm tied up in a jail cell, waiting to go to jail for the rest of my natural life. So fuck you, halfling! Tynan is not
I was gonna
exactly
say,
the
what did I
most.
ever do to you? And then I remembered I tied you up, so I'm not gonna say anything.
Liam looks at you and he goes, Tynan is not exactly the most eloquent of souls, or the smartest,
I know shit.
or the most capable, or the smartest. Tynan from the floor goes, fuck you, Liam!
They
But
have a history, don't they?
we'll deal with that later.
Sure sounds like it.
He's not going anywhere, and that's good enough for me. I suppose that his gang members could start up something, but if you took them all out, they're not likely to do anything, are they?
the ones that weren't killed by the beastie or taken down by us weren't in any position to move, and I believe Kono wanted to have some rather pointed words with the lads.
Well, I'd say that means that they're not likely to be a problem anymore, which is good enough for me. As far as anybody else is concerned, the attack on the tavern has been avenged. The person that's behind it has been brought to justice and will face his day in court. Don't worry about that. And then he'll be tried and sentenced, and... Do you think they'll kill you this time, Tynan? Fuck you, Leah!
My.
Well...
Do you have any idea what the sewer creature might have been? I haven't seen any beasties like that since the last war.
Well... The gods know that there were plenty of leftover things from the last war, and the war before, too, but... No, I can't say I have any knowledge of anything like that. Especially not in Tyrus. But, I mean, we have... There are people that... The enforcers do make sure that the sewers and other such places are all cleared on a regular basis. I mean...
Even in the slums?
Well, I can't speak to the slums, but I would imagine the Gutter Knives do the same thing. They have no interest in monsters boiling up out of the ground and taking them out, and the scars of war do run deep.
Care in this case.
Well, even the enforcers can't be everywhere, much as we might like to and try to be. I can't imagine that the Gutter Knives are any better organized than we are, but it is a large city, and getting larger all the time. We do our best. It could be something. I don't know. I haven't heard any reports of three-legged, three-armed mounds of flesh, but I don't see reports from other districts. I suppose I could look into it for you, if you want to pursue that. But you all look pretty battered. Not sure if that would be the best idea for you. I could always send it up the line.
Now.
I could always send it up the line and see if the Enforcers' special teams will send somebody down to investigate. But...
Something to at least keep in mind, I think.
I'd like to
Durin's
roll an
gonna-
insight. Make sure he's like being on the level with us.
Okay. Go ahead and make an insight check.
Nah.
A 10. Okay. With an insight check of 10, he's definitely not telling you everything, but it's not necessarily... Are there things that he doesn't want you to know, or is there just too much to go over? You can't tell.
He's like, since Durin was alive during both wars, although he was very young in the first one, is there a history check or something I could make to see if I had ever seen anything similar to the beastie that we handled?
Either make a history or an arcana check.
Alright. Nope. That's only 7.
There's definitely a lot that happened during the wars. Arcane constructs were not unusual, but you've never heard of anything like this.
No flesh beasts.
Yeah.
They weren't. So it's not something that was commonly used if it was.
You've never heard of anything like this before.
It's concerning.
Well, I suppose, I mean, he's in better shape than you are, but...
He was rather quick to throw down his blade once he saw the beastie dead, his thugs taken out, and all of us still standing up, battered though we might be.
I mean, I'll be honest, I expected that this would take you quite a bit longer, considering you're all new to the city and new to each other. You worked well as a team. But I suppose you want to be paid.
I only work with the best.
Well, it's a good policy.
Pietro.
And he kind of gives you that look, and he looks at that eye patch again. And he's like, I would imagine you would work with the best. But it was 100 gold each, 25 for bringing him in alive. Let me go see...
Is that another 25 each, or...?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's basically an extra 125.
Give me a minute to go fetch the money from the coffers, and I'll be right back. He heads off. And the woman behind the desk kind of looks up and looks over at the cell and looks over at you, and he's like, she just kind of goes, what a fool.
Liam or the lad in the cell?
Oh, Liam, of course. Always trying to clean up the entire city instead of concentrating on his district. But I suppose maybe some good will come out of it. If only that the gutter knives keep things more under control in the slums and keep it from spilling out into the city at large.
And it's no shame in wanting to better your city, even if it is a wee bit ambitious at times.
The gutter knives. That's the that other gang, right?
Oh, they're the gang in control of the slums. Nobody will ever admit to it officially, but we don't have much of a presence in the slums. The enforcers, I mean. It's, the gutter knives basically control things.
Now, when you say you're not in control of the slums, or you don't have a presence there, do you at least have an understanding with the scoundrels?
Make a persuasion check.
That one. 13.
She kind of gives you a bit of a side-eye look, and she's like, officially, yes.
Oh, really? Now,
Officially, yes, or unofficial?
yeah.
She kind of takes a moment. She's like, officially, the enforcers are in control in the slums. Officially, the gutter knives work with us to maintain order in the slums. Officially.
See. Now, who might be in charge of that sort of relationship?
Oh, it's out of my district. I don't know. Whoever's in charge of the slums district, I suppose. Maybe it goes all the way up to the top ranks, but probably the lieutenant in that district.
So even though the enforcers don't have a presence in the slums district, they still have a quote-unquote presence and constable that runs the district.
The enforcers don't patrol the slums. But the enforcers are present in all parts of the city. You must be new if you don't know this. Basically, if you go into the slums, don't look for enforcer help. It's not going to be there. If you need help, talk to the gutter knives. And if the gutter knives tell you to pay, you should probably pay.
Well then.
She says all this with like the resigned voice of somebody who knows that it's a shitty situation, but also knows that there's nothing she can do about it. So
Fair enough.
Like, this sucks, this is how this works, and this sucks and this is how it works. Not, oh, this is totally fine and everything. It's like, this sucks, but this is how it works. So, after a few minutes, Liam comes back with several bags of gold and grass in his hand. And he hands each of you a bag of gold with 125 gold pieces. And he says, for a job well done. I appreciate your efficiency, speed, and professionalism. I'm sure that Kono probably made an offer to you to make sure that he didn't come back alive, but I appreciate you sticking to the deal. It's a lot easier to assuage people's fears when there's someone alive to blame. Right, Tynan?
We're not-
Fuck you, Liam!
We're not murderers.
I appreciate that. You'd be surprised how many people in your line of business are murderers when the money is right.
No, I don't believe I would be surprised, Durin says with a kind of resigned voice.
That being said, I don't have any other work for you, but do you five intend to stay together or go your separate ways? Because I'll be honest with you, there's plenty of work for a group that is as capable as you are, especially if you're willing to stick to your morals. The right kind of work.
But part
Yeah.
of me wants to just be like, Saoirse's gone.
Yeah.
Disappeared while nobody was looking.
Got
Durin
that.
will take a moment to kind of glance at the people around him and take a moment to rub his great big bushy beard
How do the
Yes.
and then say,
how do the rest of you react?
Pietro is gonna look everyone over for a moment and then shrug at the captain and say, I see it as a foregone conclusion that we will continue to work together.
Really? Aww.
Urizura has literally nothing else to do, so
She
why
just
not?
shrugs.
just shrugs.
Shrugs so hard that the building shakes.
Mm-hmm.
And Saoirse has
and Atlas shrugged,
Yeah, Saoirse's disappeared.
well,
like she did,
Hiding in a dark corner. Ugh,
brooding.
I'm not
She'll
here.
show up again.
well,
When the moon is right.
Ceiling-
Here again
ceiling
at our
cat
darkest
is-
hour.
my work
Ceiling
here
cat
is
is
done, but
judging
you
you.
didn't do anything. Farewell.
Away!
I stabbed multiple people from afar.
You
That's
did.
true.
Ceiling
And you got, like,
Saoirse
those-
is judging
I
you.
got the 220s on a
On the abomination guy, yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
If that thing could have falcon leapt at you, you would have had a face full of abomination after that.
So Liam kind of looks at you and he's nodding and he's like, I think that you would do well. I know a few people that do work, official and unofficial, nothing illegal, just off the books, that might be interested in hiring you for certain activities, shall we say. If you would like, I can certainly put out the word that there's a new group. I just, think about what you want to call yourselves, and I'll pass the word along. Does that sound good?
Hey, sounds
No
like
complaints
a plan.
about that.
I believe it works for me as well.
Okay.
So,
I'm
there's,
in.
there's always money to be made in Tyrus, one way or the other. Well, if you find out anything more about this monster in the sewers, or whatever the hell it was, let me know. And if you need any assistance in the district, I'll be around. Thank you again for your help.
Appreciate doing business with you, Constable Liam.
He nods. And then picks up his pole arm from where he set it aside while he was talking with you and heads back towards an office and closes the door. And the lady behind the desk is like, well, gonna have to ask you to clear off now. We got constable business to do. It's time for our afternoon meeting. So
I
go,
need
go,
a
go,
drink.
go, 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 go.
Be gone!
Please
Shoot,
leave.
shoot. Please get the hell out.
Yep, I'll
All
leave.
right. Yep. I guess we'll start.
What time of day is it?
It
It's
is
still-
about 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh, and I'm
Mid-afternoon.
not drunk already? Yeah, I need a drink.
Perfect time to get
So-
shit-faced.
Durin definitely will be heading towards the tavern because he's really banged up and needs to take a rest.
All right. So you head back towards the tavern. I'm assuming all 5 of you. The city is...
Maybe if they look up, they see me running, see me perched on a...
Stealing Saoirse is judging you.
Batman! What the fuck?
Rooftop.
But you head back towards the tavern. The sun is... It's like the hottest part of the day, but it's still relatively cool, considering the time of year. And the fact that you're still right on the water and the wind is still whipping through the streets. The city has definitely woken up from this morning. There's a lot more activity, a lot more people wandering around. But as you get towards the torn banner, the crowd kind of thins out. And you realize it's not because of any particular avoidance of the location or anything like that. It's just that nobody around has any particular business with this tavern right now. But as you head inside, you see that it's sparsely packed, but it's doing steady business. And the bartender looks up and sees you, and he's like, "Ah, welcome back."
Oh God, not you!
He's like, "Welcome back. You guys look like you got the shit kicked out of you. What happened?"
We got the shit kicked out of us. That's what happened.
I mean, I only took psychic damage, so I look like I might have a bad headache, I guess.
Yeah, no, that's kind of what Durin, like I said, he got hit with enough psychic damage that he was wondering why he wasn't drunk yet.
I am psionic, and I took psychic damage, so
Like,
I
he's
look
like-
normal.
He's like, I haven't had enough to drink to get this hungover. I don't know what's going on. That's what that was.
I've only taken 6 psychic damage. It's fine.
I took a
took
ton of
11.
damage, but I've healed it all back up.
Well,
So, however that
Durin's
manifests.
going to sit at the bar and ask for. Just go ahead and ask for a round of beer.
round of beer. That'll be... I'll put it on your tab. Don't worry about it right now. Grabs the beers. Grabs some tankards. Pours some beers. 5 of them. Sets them on the bar. Looks over. Takes 2 of them back. Grabs a larger tankard. Fills it up. Puts it on the bar. Grabs a much smaller tankard. Fills it up. Puts it on the bar. There you go.
Oh, man.
Leorah grabs the giant one.
Leorah falls in the
I hope you
giant.
don't mind.
They come in
Glug.
pints.
Glug, glug,
I
glug.
Literally does the Tolkien. They come in pints. Balls in the pint.
Down the small one like
You
a
need
shot.
to get her one of the shoes.
The Das Boot.
So you take a seat at a table.
Yep.
Enjoying your drinks. You can consider this a short rest, but don't worry about it because, yeah, you could do a short rest. Don't worry about it. And you're all sitting there just kind of letting the adrenaline wear off and just thinking back to the fact that despite the fact that all of you met yesterday, you all worked together today and took down a thieves group. Or a gang of thieves, and live to tell the tale. What do you do?
Have a
Cheers.
drink.
I think Leorah's probably already asleep.
Let's.
Oh god.
As Leorah is like dazed and drifting in and out of like exhaustion and all that stuff, some of the papers that you grabbed from the Thieves Guild fall out of your pocket and hit the ground.
Oh, my boobs fell out. I mean,
You're what?
the papers. I have papers, guys. Is there any... Is there anything helpful in these?
Let me take a
I don't
look.
know.
We'll
Okay.
place the papers on the table, kind of spread them out and look at them.
So,
I'm just gonna kind of snuggle up in Urizura's lap.
what are you, a cat?
He is
Raw over.
a lap halfling is what she is.
Urizura just sits there and just pushes
Like
you
the little
off.
kid who just doesn't care whose lap they're crawling in.
You're not my mom,
Whatever.
but you're comfy. So as you're looking at these pieces of paper, you realize that all of them are old and most of them are old and yellowed with age. None of them look terribly important. There's one that's like a listing of stock, like 6 barrels of ale, 3 bags of grain. Nothing super helpful on these sorts of things. But one of them looks newer. And it's folded in 3s. And as you open it, you realize that this is a letter. And it's not signed. It doesn't say who it's to. But the letter says, all you had to do was stay below the radar, not attack a tavern. The deal is off. We'll find somebody else. God help you, because we sure won't. Good luck.
Well now, isn't this an interesting little bit of information?
Maybe our red daggers and our gutter knives are, or were, working together.
That or someone else came along and offered the red knives a bit of a deal. I wonder if our friend, what was his name?
Tynan. Tynan.
I wonder if our friend Tynan might have some answers. Or at least, wonder if Constable Liam might be able to encourage him to give them.
The weight of the day, despite the fact that it's still early in the afternoon, you all feel a little tired. Even you, Urizura. You realize that training and combat are two very, very different things.
Before we go too much further, is there anything we can see on the letter, on the parchment, like anything identifying at all? Or is it, you said there's no names, no froms, no tos, but is there any kind of symbols, or is there something about the paper other than it's new? Does it look like fancy, like parchment, or is it just bog standard?
Make either a perception or an investigation check.
We're going to do a perception. Oof! Nope, I don't see. Oh no, that's a 7, not a 1. Okay.
Okay.
Still pretty bad, though.
It's still pretty bad, but I was like, oh
Um,
no, I can't tell shit. I'm already drunk.
It's hard to tell anything specific. It's new, the handwriting is neat, but you don't get a sense of anything unusual about it. It's just the words.
I can't tell if it's expensive or cheap paper or anything.
No.
Like that, so.
Nope.
Okay. Okie dokie. Nope, that's all I wanted to try.
All right. Anybody else want to do anything?
I'm good.
Chug. No, I'm kidding.
Urizura is probably going to go out and look for blacksmith, get a new sword
Well,
at some point.
as the afternoon crawls on and you nurse your drinks, it feels like it feels like you've spent the day running, even though you know that you haven't. It's just, you know that you're going to get used to it. You know that the next time you won't be nearly this tired. But today, after everything that's happened, after all the people that you've met, all the conversations that you've had, and all the heads that you've beaten in, you feel...
The monster that screamed at us a whole bunch.
You feel tired, exhausted, and your heads ring with that horrible monster's scream. the sound sticking with you despite all of your efforts to drive it out of your mind. And you know somehow that you will never be able to forget it.
Oh, good.
And it's just going to be with you for a very long time. As night falls and you get ready to go to sleep, and look forward to the next day as this group, seeing what the morning brings, you really, really hope you don't run into something like that again.
Spoiler, we will.
And that's where we're going to go ahead and end tonight. So you can go
I
ahead
don't know. Pietro seems pretty confident with himself after liquidating the first one.
You can go ahead and mark off a long rest. And also level up to level 2.
Gasp.
You have been
Wow.
bloodied and tested in battle. And that gets you up to the next level.
Is anyone else staying at the tavern with me, or?
Yeah, I'm seeing
Durin
Leorah.
is, yeah.
I believe everybody but Leorah is.
Yeah,
Like,
Leorah has a little
she's-
halfling house or whatever.
She's the halfling halfway house, half house.
Halfling,
mean-
halfway, half house.
I'm sure Leorah will drag herself and her rug back home at some point.
Fucking rug. Not even magical unless it is.
She just wanted the rug.
Would you like a pair of scissors, and we could take you out dancing?
You can cut it.
Where is
Well-
the button to level up?
If
Oh,
you
guys,
go,
Is
I
it
just realized I
managed?
never got my rope back.
Oh, you
Damn
didn't.
it.
You just
If you
got
go to
that
your-
rope.
if you go to your character and you click manage next to your name.
Okay, and there's manage character and levels.
Yes.
Saoirse.
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 Oh, we almost got through the whole. whole
Without
thing.
mispronouncing your name.
That's bingo.
It
Yes.
wasn't me this time. Woo!
Saoirse's
not
the
bingo.
only other human, right?
Yes.
And human.
Excellent. Okay, this works out for me then, because I have the musician feat. I can give 2 other people in our party heroic inspiration when we settle down for a long rest.
There we go.
And the only other 2 that could benefit from that staying at the tavern are Durin and Urizura. So, hey, congrats. Y'all get
Cool.
inspiration.
All right,
So we
then.
start the next
So we'll
session
go
with
over.
heroic inspiration.
Yep.
So we will go over leveling up and stuff like that off camera, so don't worry about that. But to everybody that's been watching, hope you enjoyed. It's been that was an interesting fight, and you guys got through it with aplomb, despite almost dying. Got really lucky
Yeah.
a couple times.
Got really close there. Like when I got down to about half health, I was like, "That's not good," because I think I'm the one with the second highest amount of HP in this group.
It's true.
I was getting.
Urizura had her like second wind ability, so I wasn't too worried about her. But I was like,
No, yeah.
I opened up everyone else's character sheet, and I looked at Leorah. I was like, "Oh, she has 7 HP."
Right.
Up until today, Pietro has not taken a single point of damage, and today he only took the 6 psychic damage from several screams total.
Which you got
Yeah,
lucky on
well-
all of those saves, because that would have been a lot of damage otherwise.
Yeah.
So Pietro was feeling
11
pretty
psychic
confident,
damage.
which is why I got within 10 feet of that thing.
Scream all you want, it won't save you. Zap.
It felt worse.
But thanks everybody for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you have a great weekend. And we will see you on the next adventure. Always seek adventure. And have a good night.
Thanks for joining us, folks.